Good evening and welcome to What's the Tea at RCC. My name is Lee Miller and tonight I'm joined by Joey Trogdon, Director of Financial Aid and Veteran Affairs. Joey, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So first of all, could you tell us what it means to be the Director of Financial Aid and Veteran Affairs?
Basically, my job is to help people pay to go to school. So my goal is to help you if you need financial assistance. I can help you find the resources to hopefully pay for that.
Awesome. So speaking of resources, what is FAFSA and why is it so important to fill it out? And what are some common maybe pushback reasons for people not wanting to fill it out that you hear?
That's a really good question. The FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. So basically what it is an application where you can apply for both federal and state aid at the same time. So if you've heard of the federal Pell Grant or the lottery scholarship or the community college grant, you have to fill out that application to be able to apply for any of those programs. And once you fill that out, we'll get it, process it, and review it and see what you're eligible for. As far as some pushback, there are several reasons people don't fill out the FAFSA, and some of them are really kind of confusing to us at times. So for example, people say that they view it as too hard. Well, people can fill it out usually in about 15 minutes now. So you can get about a $6,000 Pell Grant for 15 minutes of work. So I encourage you that it's a good return on your investment if you decide to do it. The other thing is that at times we hear people say that they view it like as a form of government handout is the term we've used. And unfortunately, that just is not the case. You know, it's one of those things where your tax dollars are already paying for this money. You're already putting the money into the system. You're just getting back out what you've already put into it if you view it at that point. And it's not a handout. This is something that actually can help you go to school to better your life. So I encourage everyone to definitely do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. So next, what are some financial opportunities available for students to help them pay for diplomas and degrees right here at RCC? And if that is available, where can they find that information?
Well, you can find it on our website at randolph.edu and just click on the financial aid section of our website. It's all right there. We've tried to make it very user-friendly for our students. But one thing I would say is that you can definitely, most of our students that get financial aid are receiving a Pell Grant. We also have the community college scholarship and the lottery scholarships like I referenced before from the state. But one other program is the RCC Foundation has a very vibrant program where our donors fund scholarships to make it where they can help students in need as well. So if you're not getting a Pell Grant and you're not getting these state scholarships or grants, you can potentially get some foundation scholarships as well. They do a great job kind of filling the gaps in certain areas and also just helping people with merit-based aid as well for example, someone with a 3.0 GPA that wants to be a nursing major for something like that. They have very specific ones as well. So our foundation does a great job, the state does a great job, and our federal government helps us as well. So there's several different resources, and I encourage you just to go for all of them.
Kind of backing up and going back to the FAFSA just for a minute, does RCC offer any type of help for filling out the FAFSA?
Yeah, we have right now, due to the pandemic, we're only doing virtual appointments for FAFSA assistance. You can find those by going again to our FAFSA or to our financial aid webpage and clicking on FAFSA assistance. So you can get FAFSA assistance by virtual through Microsoft Teams. We're also doing virtual FAFSA nights. We've got one coming up in the first week of April, for example. So we've got several coming up. The pandemic's definitely changed how we can do things right now. Used to we'd have FAFSA nights in the fall and the spring where we'd put everybody into a big room and help people as they have questions and things of that nature. It's made that kind of challenging in that sense, but we still are doing all we can to help.
And that's something I was going to touch on as well, is even after this pandemic is under control and we are able to go to more activities on campus, what does that kind of look like if you're helping people with FAFSA on campus?
Absolutely. Normally what we do is we would have the student and their parents come in, bring their tax documents with them. We'd all get into a room where we'd space apart so you have some privacy and things of that nature. We'd help you get started on the FAFSA, and then as you have problems or questions, you can raise your hand. Someone from our office will come around and help you answer those questions or help you navigate through those problems that you're encountering. So we usually, like I said, we can have people in and out of there very quickly at times. Sometimes as little as 15 minutes. Other times people have more complex problems, and so it may take a little longer. But it's a very quick process compared to what it used to be.
That's great.
Yep.
So from a financial aid perspective, what is the financial benefit for a student to attend RCC after high school?
Oh, there's many. Namely cost. I like to think that we are probably one of the most affordable options in the region, of course. But when you compare us to a four-year institution, I mean, it's almost night and day. We have what's called a comprehensive articulation agreement, if I could say that correctly. But basically, our English classes that you're taking that transfer into the community or to the four-year schools are the same curriculum. They have to be. So you're taking the same classes here that you would be taking there for your college transfer, for example. So the rigor is there, the teaching is there, and you're getting your education from an actual instructor, not a grad assistant or anything along those lines. So to me, it's a win-win. My son is an 18-year-old. I've encouraged him to go to a community college next year as well, and I believe that he is going to choose to do so. The cost, the institution he had been accepted into was $56,000 a year, and his community college up there is, $2,000 a semester. It's night and day, So that's why if you look at the cost and return on investment that you get for your community college education, it's there. It makes the most sense to most people.
Well, Joey, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us this evening. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel as we continue to bring you more and more information about Randolph Community College. We will see you next time as we talk to Pam Wiggins, as recently seen on Fox WGHP, and explore the role of a success coach on Tuesday, April 20th at 6:30. Have a great evening.